It started like any other quiet night in the small neighborhood where Rumi lived. The street outside her tiny house was dim, lit only by a flickering yellow lamp that buzzed softly in the cool air. Inside, the house was simple and worn. The wooden floor creaked when someone stepped on it, the walls had small cracks, and the roof sometimes leaked when it rained. But to Rumi, it was still home. She lay on a thin mattress beside the window, staring at the ceiling while the distant sound of traffic hummed softly through the night. Her mother was already asleep after another long day of working at their small street food stall. Every morning before sunrise they would wake up together, prepare ingredients, and push their cart to the corner of a busy street where office workers and students passed by. Life was never easy, but Rumi never complained. Still, sometimes she wondered what it must feel like to live in a completely different world. A world like Mira's. Rumi slowly reached for her old phone lying beside her pillow. The screen was slightly cracked, and the battery drained quickly, but it still worked. She opened a video of Mira performing on a giant concert stage. Thousands of glowing light sticks waved in the crowd like stars in a moving sky. Mira stood in the center of the stage, shining beneath bright spotlights. Her voice was powerful and smooth, her dance moves sharp and confident. She looked like someone from a dream, perfect hair, perfect clothes, perfect life. Rumi smiled softly as she watched. Someday, she whispered quietly to herself, I want to stand somewhere bright like that too, even if it's just once. After the video ended, the room returned to silence. The faint blue glow of the phone screen faded as she turned it off. Outside, the wind rustled through the trees, and slowly Rumi's eyes began to close. That was when the dream began. At first, everything was bright. Rumi found herself standing backstage at a huge concert arena. The sound of thousands of people cheering echoed like thunder through the building. Bright lights flashed everywhere, and giant screens displayed colorful images. Her heart pounded in confusion. Where am I? She looked down and realized she wasn't wearing her usual worn-out clothes. Instead, she wore a black stage outfit decorated with silver patterns that shimmered under the lights. Music suddenly started playing loudly. Someone grabbed her wrist. When she turned around, she froze. Standing beside her was Mira. The Mira. The same idol she had been watching only minutes before. But this Mira didn't look like the cheerful star from music videos. Her eyes were serious, focused, almost worried. Finally, Mira said quietly, her voice echoing strangely in the dream. You're here. Rumi blinked in confusion. Here? What do you mean? Before Mira could answer, the stage manager shouted, 2 minutes until performance. The cheering from the audience grew louder, shaking the ground beneath their feet. Rumi's heart raced. I don't understand. I'm not supposed to be here. But Mira looked directly at her with calm determination. Yes, you are. Then the stage doors opened. A wave of blinding white light poured into the hallway as the crowd screamed with excitement. The two girls stepped onto the massive stage together. The arena was enormous. Tens of thousands of fans filled every seat. Cameras moved above the stage like floating birds, and giant LED screens displayed their faces across the stadium. The music grew louder. For a moment, Rumi forgot everything else. The lights were warm, the energy of the crowd felt electric, and her body seemed to move naturally with the rhythm. She danced beside Mira, their movements perfectly synchronized as if they had trained together for years. The audience roared. But suddenly something felt wrong. The music began to distort. The bright lights flickered. A strange cracking sound echoed beneath the stage. Rumi stopped moving. Did you hear that? She whispered. Mira's expression suddenly hardened. Yes. Another loud crack split the air. Then the stage floor trembled violently. The cheering crowd slowly faded into confused murmurs as dark smoke seeped through the cracks spreading across the stage floor. Rumi's stomach twisted with fear. The lights above them shattered one by one with sharp popping sounds. The once beautiful stage was turning into something terrifying. From the cracks in the floor, long black shadows began to crawl upward like living creatures made of darkness. Their shapes twisted and stretched, forming sharp claws and glowing red eyes. Rumi stumbled backward. What are those things? The audience screamed as the shadows climbed higher, spreading across the arena like a growing nightmare. Mira stepped forward. Her calm voice cut through the chaos. Demons. Before Rumi could even react, Mira's outfit suddenly changed. The sparkling stage costume transformed into a sleek black battle suit lined with glowing red patterns. A bright weapon formed in her hand, shaped like a long blade made of light. Rumi stared in shock. You're a demon hunter? Mira didn't take her eyes off the creatures crawling toward them. Yes. One of the shadow demons leaped forward, its claws slashing through the air. Mira moved instantly. Her blade flashed like lightning as she cut through the creature. The demon exploded into smoke and disappeared. But more of them kept rising from the cracks. Dozens. Hundreds. The arena was quickly filling with darkness. Rumi's breathing became shaky. I can't fight those things. I'm just a normal girl. Another demon lunged toward her. Before it could reach her, Mira grabbed Rumi's hand and pulled her back. For a moment, their eyes met. And something strange happened. The world around them seemed to freeze. The screams, the demons, the flashing lights, all faded into silence. Mira squeezed her hand firmly. Her voice softened.